So for this video, this is going to be part one in a series of videos just going through like a course building process. The very first thing I like to start with when I think about a course is how is it going to be organized? So depending on your content and the grade level you teach, your organization might be different. I think at a secondary level, they tend to organize it by units. And at an elementary level, it might be organized more by daily activities. So when I start organizing, I always use folders. So to add a folder, I'm going to click on Add Materials in my course and click Add a Folder. Now I'm going to do two folders right off the bat that I like to use. I like to use a future folder, and I'm actually going to come down to the bottom here and unpublish this one. This one is always going to be hidden from students, and this is basically my workspace of where I'm going to add things in the future. So there's my hidden future folder. My next folder I'm going to add is a past. You could call this archive work. Really, it's up to you. And I'm going to leave this open so if students need to look back at it or parents need to look back at anything in there, they can. And I'm going to go ahead and create that one. My next step is that I'm going to start thinking about what I want things to look like, either for a unit or for daily, weekly work. If I were doing a unit, I would probably add my folder for the unit, and then I might have folders within that unit for different days. I'm going to act like I'm doing it more kind of on the elementary side. And I'm actually going to make my first folder a week 1 and hit create. And then within that folder, I'm going to do folders for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh. Okay. And so this is going to be my rough sketch for a week. So I have one folder for a week, and then I have a folder for each day. Within those folders, I might drop in what I want them for reading, what I want them to do for math or science. And considering like some of those topics, you're probably not going to cover each day. Then you could just put it in the day that if you're going to teach science lesson on Tuesday, you just put the science in Tuesday instead of having it listed on all of them. Now this could take a while if you were going to take this part and do this for every week of the year. So here's kind of my tip or trick is once you have kind of a week roughed out with folders, go back to the week level and hit this little gear and save the empty shells to your resources. I'm going to leave it in the home collection because that's my personal resources area. I'm not going to put it in a folder, so it's just going to say no folder, but I'm going to hit save a copy. Now I can go to this add materials, do import from resources, and excuse me for all the resources I have here, but I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom because that's where it's going to save your most recent item. It's at the bottom here. And there's that week 1. I'm going to go ahead and hit import. So now I can see I have 2 folders. And they have all the days that I need. I'm going to edit the second folder so it says week 2. And I could do this over and over again until I get all the weeks that I need. This same thing could be done with units if you're in secondary. Create one kind of standard file folder system that you would use for a unit. And then copy that and then use that over and over again. If I don't want students to see week 2, oops, I didn't save that when I did that earlier. Oh, it does say week 2. Let's refresh my page. There we go. If I don't want students to see week 2 yet, this is where that futures folder comes in handy. And I can just drag and drop week 2 into that folder. So then students are only going to see, and I'm going to put past at the bottom. There we go. Students are only going to see week 1 and past. They're not going to see kind of my work in progress folder. But this is something you could do whether you are elementary or secondary. And it's just kind of a quick step to get started. The other thing that I like to do on folders, and if you're doing units, it may make more sense to do these with units than maybe by week. At weeks at an elementary level, you could do something different. It's kind of up to you. But I like to add pictures so that students know kind of what content is going to be covered in that area. So if you are thinking about unit topics, you can add a picture to a folder if you go to Edit. And then inside this range, we have the option to edit the color of the folder. So I could change the color. But over here, there's a little Insert Content button. And I can go to Image Media. And I could click Attach File, and then I could pick a picture from my desktop and add it in. If I need to resize it, I can click on it and then use the little squares to shrink this down. A lot of times I like to use PowerPoint to make kind of long images to post here. And sometimes I even use the tool Canva to help me get these images done. So here's that updated folder with the picture. This allows students not only to click on week 1 here, but they can also click on the image and go into the page. So this is step 1, create an organizing system for your course.